प्रधानमंत्री जी निरंतर इस सोच के रहे हैं कि युद्ध मार्ग नहीं है समस्याओं के समाधान का। डायलॉग और डिप्लोमेसी, बातचीत के माध्यम से, कूटनीति के माध्यम से समस्याओं का समाधान होना चाहिए।
This was widely expected. At the same time, it's inherently risky action. And a lot would depend whether Iran decides to carry out its threatened retaliation for such an action. I think it'll require a slightly longer term assessment whether the three sites in question have been totally obliterated, as President Trump mentioned. But if that has happened, then Iran would stand defanged as far as its nuclear ambitions are concerned. This, if it is not confirmed, might involve further American raids or might involve Iran repledging itself to exercise its nuclear option. Either way, it has ramifications for the entire world and specifically for India, because India has well-known stakes in stability and peace in the Middle East for reasons, as you are aware, of oil dependence, presence of Indian diaspora, and remittances, trade, as well as investments.
Well, as we have been talking, this was to be expected. When Trump said within 2 weeks, most people misunderstood that he would give 2 weeks for Europeans and others to find a diplomatic way out. No, Trump was trying to mislead, and he did it in 2 days' time. Except that if we follow the correct usage of the phrase within 2 weeks, that is the upper limit. So I can say, let's meet within 2 weeks, and then still I can propose, I can meet you 2 days later. Anyway, that apart, Trump has said it is very successful. Let us see. What does success mean in this case? If it's a question of preventing Iran from making nuclear weapons forever, well, this may or may not be a success. Because by now it is very clear that Iran, unless the Shah's son is installed, he is going to make a nuclear weapon. Now, will Shah's son be installed? I doubt it, because there is a lot of confused talk about regime change. What we have to do is to make a distinction between regime change and regime collapse. There can be a regime collapse, but that is followed by anarchy and civil war. If you are thinking of a regime change, that happened in 2003 in Iraq. American boots were on the ground. Saddam Hussein fell, and then they put up a set of Iraqis of their choice. That is regime change. Now, I am of the view that Israeli and American troops will not be on the ground in Iran. That will be absolutely suicidal, because the casualties will be very high and Trump will not have it. In other words, is popular support for Ayatollah Khamenei, is it going down or is it increasing? Well, all reports suggest that though many Iranians were rebelling against Ayatollah Khamenei, now they have gathered around him. But that's what happens in every country. When there is an external enemy, the people rally around the government. So I don't expect either regime collapse and therefore nor any regime change.